Alright people, it is Brad the Lad back again with another video, and I think you can tell by the expression on my face, I'm smiling, I'm really happy. Manchester United have opened the Premier League season with a 4-0 victory over Chelsea. I'm really happy about that. First half, Chelsea, credit to them, they were playing pretty good football. They had a lot of good attempts. I'm not going to get carried away because we weren't great in the first half. We were really, Abraham hit the post early on. Emerson hit the post as well. And we had a lot of defensive fragilities, defensively, and I think, it was really, really difficult for us. Chelsea were really making me nervous. I think they were making a lot of the Old Trafford supporters nervous as well. And it was, massively tense. And, even at 1-0, which I'll get to in a moment, I did feel a bit nervous that Chelsea would get an equaliser. Let's move on. The big incident in the game, the opening goal came. I thought the referee Anthony Taylor had a really good game today as well. I think he played an advantage. He was about to blow. He played an advantage, and then Rashford was brought down by Kurt Zouma in the penalty box. It was a clear penalty. It was never got the ball, and it was a definite penalty. VAR checked it. I don't even think the referee needed VAR today. So I'd like to praise the referee as well. I thought he did his job really, really well today. And Rashford, good penalty as well. It was too. I thought it would be Paul Pogba, but no, Rashford took it, and he took it really, really well. Second half, Chelsea nearly scored in the first minute, with seconds into the second half. And then, it got a bit nervy. Chelsea, they did what they could. It's not like it was an effortless performance. I think they can take a lot of positives from the game. Although when you lose 4-0, there isn't usually a lot of positives you can take from it, but I was really, really happy with what we did today, and it was a superb performance in the second half. Anthony Martial got the second goal. At times Martial, he had players like Luke Shaw with a lot of space on the left-hand side, and he could have passed it into Rashford, and it would have been a tap-in for him, I think. And, Martial went alone, and I felt it was a bit... I don't know, it looks a little bit unfit in my opinion, I mean, I really like Martial, and I hope he does really, really well, obviously. I've always backed Anthony Martial. But, the thing is, he looks a bit unfit, and I think, he's a bit slow. So, I was glad he got the second goal for us today. It reminded me of the goal he scored against Watford a little bit, when he scored at Old Trafford. But, we'll take it. And then, quickly, on the break, we make it 3-0. Rashford again made it 3-0. And the fourth goal came from Daniel James from £50 million from Swansea City. He's really, really fast. He caused N'Golo Kante problems as well. And he is an absolutely fantastic player from what I've seen, and I thought he played really well today. I thought he deserved his goal. He paid a tribute to his father, who sadly recently passed away, and it meant so much to him as well. So really, really good performance from all of the debutants today. Wan-Bissaka was absolutely sensational. The Chelsea players couldn't handle him today. I felt it was positive on the attack. It's exactly what we want from him. Harry Maguire was really solid at the back as well. I'm so glad that we had him in our team today, because if we played with like Lindelof and Jones or Lindelof and Smalling, Lindelof was excellent as well today. I felt defensively we looked pretty solid. David De Gea made some key saves as well. So I felt overall an absolutely fantastic win in my view. I'm really happy. I'm not going to get carried away because I know we've still got to improve. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers next. And Wolves, is going to be harder than Chelsea this season, which is something very, very... which will be really unexpected and really shocking to hear, if we went a few years back. But, Wolves have more quality than Chelsea. Chelsea have really good young players. It did cause us some good problems today. And Wolves, we couldn't beat them last season. We drew 1-1 at Old Trafford and we lost 2-1 in both games at Molineux in the FA Cup and then in the Premier League as well. So, I want us to continue with the momentum. I want us to carry that into next week, and it's going to give us some confidence. It's giving the Old Trafford faithful something positive to shout about as well, and hopefully it will give us a positive vibe going into the season. Although I'm going to get carried away, we're not going to win the title. I know we're second place in the league, but we're not going to get the title. For me, that's Man City's already, in my view. So, yeah. Can we get top four? Look, it's too early to tell. Really too early to tell. It's only the first. We've just played one game. That's it. And I'm going to enjoy my week now. I'm going to enjoy my week. I've got 4 days with the house to myself. Probably shouldn't say that on camera. And I'm really looking forward to, obviously looking forward to the week ahead, and looking forward to. I've got some optimism for the season now. Although we had, there's a lot of negativity amongst the fans of the transfer window. We did want to bring more players in to improve our midfield. Of course we did, but we just weren't. We just couldn't get them in. And I just would say, look, I'm going to be optimistic here. I'm going to go for it. I just want us to go out there and win. Get us off to a winning start and see what we can do. And we did. Absolutely sensational. So I'm going to try and rate the players as much as I can. So David De Gea, I'm going to give him a 7 because he made some good key saves in that first half today. So I'm going to give David De Gea a 7. He looked back to his best towards the end of last season. He was making a lot of mistakes, conceding goals. He made a mistake against Man City. He made a mistake against Chelsea in a 1-1 draw last year. So, yeah, I think David De Gea was great today. He was back to his best. I'm going to give David De Gea a 7. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's my man of the match. I'm going to give Aaron Wan-Bissaka a 9. I felt he was absolutely terrific today, was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and I think he's going to be such a successful player at United. Next player, Victor Lindelof. I'm going to give Victor Lindelof, again, a 7. I felt it was pretty solid at the back. I thought, he did some defensive spin when he cleared the ball away. I felt he had a really good game as well today. So Victor Lindelof also gets a 7. Harry Maguire, I'm going to give Harry Maguire an 8. He's made such a difference to our team. It's unbelievable. I think he was such a good threat. Not on the attack, but defensively, he was really, really good. Managed to clear the ball away. He did his job. He was really solid. He didn't panic. He's a big lad as well, and I felt he handled with Chelsea perfectly. So I'm going to give Harry Maguire an 8. Next player is Luke Shaw. I think Luke had a decent game, if I'm honest. He didn't do very, very much. I'm going to give Luke Shaw a 6. Might seem a bit harsh, but he didn't do too much. He got into some decent attacking positions, but I don't recall Luke Shaw doing anything brilliant in the game. So I'm going to give Luke Shaw a 6. Now into the midfield, Scott McTominay. Again, I'm going to give Scott McTominay a 6. I think he did his best. He got booking. He was a part of the midfield. I don't think he was outstanding today. He didn't really stand out very well. I'm not saying he was poor, but he just didn't do anything, outstanding. So, I'd give him a 6. Pereira, the same. I'm going to give him a 6. Again, I didn't really notice anything majorly outstanding that he did in the game. So I'm going to give him a 6 as well. Paul Pogba, I'm going to give Paul a 7. I felt first half it was a bit crap. His inconsistent self, and I think he produced some really good passes. He got involved in the goals as well. He didn't score obviously, but he made some really good creative passes in the midfield. And I felt he was terrific. So I felt definitely for his second half performance, I think it's worthy of a 7. Now into the front three, I'm going to go with Anthony Martial. I'm going to give him a 7. For getting on the score sheet, I felt he did well. And I felt he tried to, get involved and create chances. He had a few shots at goal. He was really determined to score. He wants to, he wants to get, Ollie wants to get the best out of him, and I think he wants to get the best out of himself for the club, and I think he deserves. I'm going to give him a 7. He was a bit slow at time with the ball, so yeah, I'm going to give Anthony Martial a 7. Jesse Lingard, I'm going to give him a 6. I thought it was quick. Might seem a bit harsh, this one, but it was very, very fast today. Did cause Chelsea's midfielders some problems as well. He got out wide pretty well too. So I'm going to give Jesse Lingard a 6. He didn't do anything. I don't know who got all the assists. Yeah, I was just too focused on the goals and just enjoying the win in general, really. So I felt Lingard had a good game, but I don't think it was particularly outstanding. So I'm going to give him a 6. Marcus Rashford, I'm going to give him an 8. I think Rashford, because he got 2 goals today, won the penalty. He scored. He took it really, really well, and then he scored that second goal, his second goal to make it 3-0. Really, really fast pace on the pitch, and he gets an 8 in my opinion. Substitutes: Juan Mata, 5. Didn't see anything from him really. He didn't have a lot of time on the pitch, so I'm going to give him a 5. Mason Greenwood, again, I'm going to give him a 5. Didn't really do a lot, but Daniel James, for me, he gets a 7. I felt he was absolutely terrific today. In fact, no, I'm going to give him an 8 because he's come from the Championship. He scored on his Manchester United debut, coming off the bench really, really quickly. So I'm going to give Daniel James an 8. The referee today, Anthony Taylor, I felt he had a really good game today as well. I'm going to give Anthony Taylor an 8 today. I felt he had a really good game. I didn't really recall any decisions he got wrong. He did go back a couple of times because Christensen had a head injury. I think that's the only thing that irritated the United supporters. But it's a head injury. The referee's got to stop the game. So I've got no complaints. And VAR wasn't really needed to be used very, very much. There was a red card check for Abraham. Not really a red card. Correct decision made by VAR and the referee. The penalty was correct. No problem there. So, yeah, I think VAR. I like VAR. I think it's going to do good things for the Premier League this season. Some people might not like it, but I think it's been a success so far. So that is my review of Manchester United against Chelsea. It was a 4-0 victory for my team. I feel like I've won as well, as a United fan. It's very, very nice to see your team win. I feel like I've won. I can enjoy my week, and everything's fantastic. Love you all. Goodbye. Peace out.